Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. There we go. That's the one. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Yeah, yesterday, obviously we broke above this resistance. We're looking better. We had our pretty much our forward check, our back check, and our pay check. So currently making our way up to the top of this range. I mean, we break into the range, pretty much supported by the low end of the range, and therefore our target was the top of the range. So yeah, taking out these candle body highs. I think it was these ones I believe we were looking at yesterday. And yeah, that triggered the move up. So we are on our merry way, potentially up to test basically 52 53k. So yeah, that's looking good for Bitcoin. Yeah, looking good. Markets definitely shaking off the despair that we were having down here, and then obviously we've lost this trend line now as well, which is great. As in lost it, as in broken above it, so we're no longer getting pinned below it. So yeah, overall that is looking good. Ethereum, Bitcoin, this is still hovering around the same area, so this has not started to get moving at all. What is good though is that we have currently, for the time being, stopped the rot. We are basically holding in this range, trading sideways, and hopefully we are looking for a reversal down here. Getting back above the 0.033, and then potentially going back on a run to the upside. So obviously looking good. Ethereum USD pairing, as you can see here, this is looking at trying to take out this level. We're looking at 1600. Obviously we got this joining as an important level. We tested it, rejected, came basically back down to our lower level of 14.5. Sorry, yeah, 1450, and then yeah, supported there and back up at 1600 now pretty much. So yeah, take out 1600, next target 1750. So the USD pairing, to be honest, getting back above here, getting up to 1750 looks great, but getting above basically 1750, so anywhere into like the 1800s, then we will be looking at that move probably deep into the 2k levels for Ethereum. DXY, pulling off a little bit from that high. So obviously this well, shorter, medium term, however you want to look at it, move is certainly not necessarily done yet. I would say taking out this horizontal, trading lower than here, we would probably then see probably not see higher highs in this move in the shorter term. And yeah, we'll probably see lower prices, but at the moment we can very easily push on from here, take out this high and get ourselves into the 92s. So DXY, so far as this retrace back to the upside, is definitely not out of the woods yet. Stocks looking good. I mean, we could probably eye this trend line going on here. Potentially potentially looking to take out this trend line would then just trigger basically all-time highs. We'll just extend this horizontal along as well. We'll obviously won't confuse this with a descending triangle. That's not what we're trying to draw. If anything, this looks pretty much convincingly like a descending broadening wedge, a descending broadening wedge, which obviously breaks to the upside, can trigger a pretty substantial move to the upside. So yeah, we'll just leave that on there. Obviously this is the upper side of that. Obviously we'll all remember we had that descending broadening wedge in Bitcoin. Are these my ideas? I think they are. Yes. Let's find the descending broadening wedge in Bitcoin and look at how that played out for us. Yeah, here it is, descending broadening wedge in Bitcoin. Let's have a look how that played out. There it was. Are you? we obviously know, looking at these price levels, what is about to happen here. What happened when we broke out? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there we go. Descending Brownian wedges for you guys. So yeah, just saying. So yeah, we're looking at about I don't know. I'm only messing anyway. But yeah, descending Brownian wedges. They can work out sometimes. So anyway, yeah, not really much else to look at there. Bitcoin dominance, we'll have a look at that. Although you guys know that I am pretty much in my mind. Unless this does make some big moves, in which case we're going to know what's happening anyway, or some big moves to the downside, in which case we're going to know. I'm pretty much looking at this indicator so far as like the alts that I'm trading or involved in. I'm basically pretty much marking this as redundant in my mind, because there's just too much just inputs into this that are just wildly non-correlated, let's put it that way. So it just means the read of this isn't so important. So I mean, like I have been doing for a long time anyway, this is the main one that I'm looking at, just as an indication of the general alt market. But obviously, if you're looking at other alts like say Polkadot or Kusama or those alts, then yeah, I mean, just look at those charts versus BTC. Don't look at the Ethereum one, and don't look at the overall Bitcoin dominance one. Yeah, this is pretty much yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, obviously, if this does start to make a big move up, we're going to know anyway what's going on. If it starts to make a big move down, we're all going to know what's going on anyway. So it's like you can't necessarily chart this and look at this to give us like a really good forewarning of what is happening. Also, just wanted to show you guys that indicator we said yesterday, or a couple of days ago. It went basically bullish at this level. So we basically had our forward check and our back check. Look, we exactly came down to the level where it said long. As you can see, this grey line literally tested it perfectly, and then bounced off it. So yeah, this is a great indicator. Like I said, it's super trend. It's nothing complex. It's just a line above and below price action that creeps up with price action or creeps down with price action, and when it breaks, that signals a potential change in trend. So you guys can get the super trend indicator. There are 3 versions. But yeah, that's how it works. I mean, if you kind of look, tested it perfectly there, tested it perfectly there. I mean, it's quite tested it relatively perfectly there. It's quite a good indicator just to have on the background. This is the main one that I did used to run bots off, to be honest. And it did work fine, as you can see, because this is basically the trades. So yeah. Obviously, you've got to work out how you program your risk management, etc. You're taking profits, you're trading, take profits, etc. It makes it a little bit more complicated than just buy, sell, buy. But you can not make it complicated with just buy, sell, buy. But anyway, yeah, let's look at those stochastics, because we were literally saying how they were looking good. These medium terms, 10, 12, and daily would literally. I mean, I was saying pretty much it was looking like we're going to get an absolute minimum target of around this 53k, 52, 53k, and then can we bust into here? So that's what the stochastics were looking like. So we'll just have a look through them now. Obviously 4 hour was toppy yesterday, did pull back, and then obviously is now coming back upwards. Yeah, I mean 10 hour looking good, still got still got room to run, yeah, that's plenty of room to run, because then it can stay up there. 12 hour looking great, that certainly has plenty of room to run. Daily has now turned up, so obviously daily can get going. This is what we're looking at basically, to bust us into this zone and then get us to test these all-time highs. Will it be enough to break us through all-time highs? Maybe not necessarily, but getting back up to all-time highs and then trading in this zone, we can then set ourselves up for a taking out of those all-time highs. 2 days still coming down though. This is why I kind of thinking that it's not telling us that we're going to go basically bust through 58k, but it's certainly telling us we could get close and we can get into that higher zone. 2 days still coming down, 3 day coming down, 5 day looking to turn down, weekly turn back up though, bi-weekly down, monthly, well, just there basically. But yeah, the main thing is that we do look like we have momentum. In the stochastic read is basically telling us that we can get up to this 52, 53k. It's telling us we've got a good shot of breaking into this level, and then once we're in this level, if we get into this level, we've got a good shot of testing the top of this level, and that will be, I think, where we will then potentially trade sideways, maybe in this zone, for a period of time. maybe some wicks above, maybe some wicks below before we then decide we're going to push on. That would be my crystal ball guess. But at the moment, the main thing is that that we are looking like we can test this level and potentially have a good shot of breaking through. Obviously, once you test the level, you've got a good shot of breaking through. A lot more better shot than you have of breaking the lower side because you're at the higher side. But yeah, just stating those obvious facts again. But yeah, also we'll just point out just having horizontal levels just seem to help basically with trading. Obviously this downward sloping trend line, pretty much when that did break, that obviously did help. So obviously I don't particularly like non-horizontal lines, but this one did help us. But then you could say, well, it just really coincided with this horizontal. Who's to say that that wasn't the case? But yeah, anyway, came back, pretty much got towards the support level, bounced off that, and I'll be expecting some sort of pullback or rejection or just sideways once we get up to around this 52.3k if we get up there. So yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys later on today, actually, with a quick Wise update. A lot of people are asking in the chat about Wise, not in the chat, well, in the comments. So we actually are gonna have a Wise update, just to have a look at it. I mean, there isn't too much to look at. If you guys are watching Peter's streams, you kind of see what he's saying. So it's like you don't necessarily need to regurgitate that information. But yeah, we are gonna look at it, and we're gonna look at it particularly in the context of the hex chart and how that traded out. So yeah, there we go, guys. Look out for that later. Thank you for listening. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and yeah, speak to you later.